Sometimes we go through a lot of stages inside of our path that we take. Stages that I would say that is written down inside of books, but also something that I discovered myself. Things that I discovered and I experimented with are a lot of science and experimental things that I try to solve in what it can do for our dragon's path, what it can mean for our dragon's path. So I came to discover a lot of symbols, and in these symbols, none of them were in any of these books. I mean, I couldn't find it. So I wanted to experiment with them. And what I came to find out, my brothers and sisters, were numbers. Numbers inside of our evolution, inside of our dragon's path. And it comes down to 3 and 5 and 7. And what you should know, if you reach for 3, and that is enough, the number 3 is the number of the dragon. Number 3 is the number of your dragon eye. 3 will always be our number. And 3 will always be us. 3 heads of the dragon. And one of these heads are us. One of these heads are your guardians. And one of these heads are your god or gods, several. Inside of this number that we have, there is something that I experimented with. And I didn't find, of course, inside of these books that so-called know them all, but I came to, of course, every path is different, so it wants to tell something different to every one of us. So the main sign of us, of course, is the dragon's eye. The dragon's eye, every one of us has a different one. None of them are the same. This sign is unique. What it does is that in the beginning of the universe, in the beginning when everyone existed, our path, we were together. Our spirit was together alongside of the other dragons that we are connected to. But with exploration and of course with widening these universes, with of course that our spirit was traveling away from each other, it was not close together anymore. It was stretched, and the only thing that remained was a large eye. But the thing was, we could not be separated. We only were go further, but we always remained the connection. The connection stayed, and that is where these lines come from. These lines stayed, and that is where your dragon eye is born. We were far away from each other, even in different kind of dimensions. Sorry. And we remained the contact. We remained the connection. And however this is shaped is completely your dragon eye. Something that you and your dragons shape for them. Inside of the dragon realm, or inside of where the dragon gods are, we will always be together. And how we connect with each other is of course your unique way. And that is number 3. 3 different places. Number 3, once more, that I came to find out is inside of the key of the night, and that is the Clover Nox, horn of the dragon god, your dragon horn, and of course coming together inside of the realm, and the dragon guardian horn. That is of course the Clover Nox, something that I wanted to experiment with, of course, because it was being called the Key of the Night, but also the inside of the Dragon Rogue. And I wanted to know, what the hell is this? What does it serve? And I experimented with this with not a ritual, but showing this to my dragon. And the dragon was saying something completely different than what these people are using for. Saying that these are our horns coming together inside of one place. This is not a dragon's eye. A dragon's eye is personal. This is unique. This is something of you. This is you, who you are. This is your dragon's eye. This is where you look through. This has ever since the beginning of existence. And so this is more like a tool. This is something that helps you in coming together finally inside of one dimension, even though you belong in different kind of dimensions, but you come together once more. And once more, this is saying 3 different horns, one of your guardians, one of your gods, and one of yourself, coming together in one place. None of them belong in this universe, but they are coming together because of the key of the night, the key also of the astral plane. The astral plane, my brothers and sisters, is the lines of our dragon eye. Whenever we travel to each other, whenever we go to each other, these are the astral plane. Inside of these lines, you are protected. The astral plane is also a place inside of Leviathan's void. It's like you can say some kind of a road that you can take. Some people can take this road. Some animals as well, some gods and deities can take a road if they have such a connection with something so high as a dragon. Because you also have a draconic soul and you want to explore each other and you want to travel with each other and you want to feel each other. So you have this safe place. Whenever you are calling up something like the dragons, the key of the night, the Cloverkilla Nox, then you are also counting out the number 3. 3 is the number of the dragon, and 3 is where you will be together. And actually, you don't need to know more than the number 3. You are like a hydra, coming together to be as one. One mind, one eye. And so also completely different. So this is actually, you don't need to be more than in 3 stages. The 3 stages of the dragon witch. First of all, that you know it. You know about this. Second, the awareness. And third, the awakening. And so you don't need to know more. But if you want to know more, just like I was very interested in everything. So I reached to stage 5, from 3 to 5, and I encountered the pentagram. The dragon pentagram, not a pentagram like normal witches use. I don't know where they use from, but just like them, just like these. I experimented with a pentagram, and what it does is indeed a stage further and not recommended if you want to use it in the beginning. In the beginning you have to use what is yours, but later on you can use, of course, what is from others. Because with this you explore not only every dragon wherever they are, but also every element and every knowledge that there is to know. Every corner of this world, just like the north and the south, east and the west, you want to know more about the spirit. You want to know more about the core of the earth and all of this, its wisdom that it has. You want to know more about all of the dragons, because you want to know more about other dragons than only the dragon's eye. You want to know more about the earth, about fire, about the wind, even the connected elements, of course, of nature can be explored inside of the pentagram. And this is number 5. Number 5 is also a very sacred number inside of the dragon's path, because you are advanced in this. You are searching up for more wisdom and more knowledge. You want to become more like the dragon, and you want to know more, just like they are. They know so much. They are such wise beings, and you are drawing into this knowledge and this wisdom that they have. They want to know more about everything. You want to step beyond a human being, and that is what a pentagram does. Just the same thing as what this does. Of course, Leviathan himself, the cross of Leviathan means all of the gates coming together, and these actually can be considered as much more than 5, but we only ask Leviathan for 5 gates. 5 gates to come through, 5 gates to understand, and 5 gates to come, and so 5 gates to go to the dragon realm. Inside of this dragon realm, you can go through so many gates, but none of them are permitted, of course. You cannot just go through a gate without Leviathan's permission. And the sign of Leviathan can say that there are so many gates, so many intertwined, so many dimensions. And in the middle of it, Leviathan that rules them all. So that he is the guardian of all of them. But you just want to explore the dragon because of your dragon soul, and you are asking Leviathan, the dragon god, for permission to go with all of the strength of your dragon eye, all of the energy of your dragon eye. You are saying, this is number 5. You want to go to the dragon realm and travel. You might be as a dragon witch, but you might choose not to travel because it has so much. It has consequences. It can have risks. Of course, if you don't want to take risks, you remain with 3. But if you want to have 5, then just talk to Leviathan, and it goes further than only 3. And you go to 5. And then, of course, you have 7. 7 every day of the week, the star of the non-human body, and just the exploration of what you really are inside of this. You want to know more and want to become more like the dragon, an awakened one. Every day of the week, every accepting, Monday the end and a new beginning, Tuesday unity with nature and the earth and male energy, Wednesday control, pride and balance, Thursday, end of a cycle, the start of a new cycle and a restart. Friday, pride, watch out for the fall, the earth energy and feminine energy. Saturday, consequences, balance, wisdom in your actions, male and female energy. And of course, in the last one, Sunday, the dragon, just acceptance. Just becoming more like them and knowing much more like them. It's much more than all even 5. It's 3, 5, 7. And to know much more, of course, this star is telling you how far you are inside of your awakening, inside of becoming much more like them, and how it becomes much more like them, how it becomes much more like the dragon. It's like every day of the week, 7, exploration of the energy within you. And the exploration is in fact much more than just finding out what it is. It is an experience that you have inside of your dragon's path. And I counted every time when I go further in exploration. I counted 1 further. It was 1, 2, 3. And 3 was the number of the dragon. I reached the dragon. 4, much more because I was curious. 5, pentagram and Leviathan's void. 6, I want to know more. 7, it's always, with me it was 3, 5, 7 to explore, and that is just it. All of these symbols, all of the things that I've used inside of my path, I didn't know what it was capable of, but it was capable of doing much. All of them. The dragon's eye, the Clovercala Nox, the pentagram, the heptagram, and Leviathan's cross. They all helped me in finding the dragon, but also finding who I am, finding who the dragon is, and finding what this path is all about. Becoming the witch, but not just a witch, just a dragon witch. The unlikely witch, they sometimes say, because you are not intended to become a witch. But sometimes your feelings guide you inside of something that you didn't expect, where you will be guided to. My brothers and sisters, be blessed.